Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick video today on getting through contest prep. We all know that getting ready for a show can be tough. Everybody handles it in their own way, and there are always lots of tough moments. I've been through a couple of tough preps myself, so today I'm just going to give you some tips and a little bit of insight into some of the things that have worked for me in the past on how to get through a tough contest prep. Hopefully, some of these things will resonate with you and will work for you. You can come back to this maybe later when you're actually prepping, or if you're prepping now, hopefully it will be something that'll help you out. But either way, I'm going to go through point by point, give you guys some suggestions, and hopefully this is helpful for you. It is extremely easy to get sucked into social media and comparing yourself to others, especially because a lot of times we know who's getting ready for the same show and we follow them on Instagram and we see their updates and we are constantly comparing ourselves to how they look. So this is sort of there's 2 points that I want to make here. And the first is to try and take some time each day away from social media. It's easier said than done. I mean, I struggle with it myself. I'm sitting here talking to you on YouTube. So, I mean, look, we all get sucked into social media. I think it's just important that you take a little bit of time each day, or as much as you can, a lot if you want, or if you can, away from social media and away from comparing yourself to other people that are going to be in that same show, or to other people in general, because that doesn't matter. Which brings me to the second point, which these two subjects sort of tie in together, and that is focusing on yourself. One of the most important things you can do when getting ready for a show is to focus on what you are doing, not what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what this guy's doing for diet, or what that guy's taking, or how this guy looks, or what. Just all of that stuff does not matter. What matters is what you are doing. Focusing on your diet, executing that properly, focusing on your training, focusing on your schedule, and making sure that you are doing everything that you can to bring the best package possible on show day. Practicing your posing, everything. It should be about you and not about the other guys and not about social media. So try and spend a little less time on social media when possible. I understand it's tough for me too, but most importantly, remember to focus on yourself. That's what counts. That's what matters most. That's what's going to help you bring your best. There's probably one thing that's going to come up in every single contest prep that you go through, and that is adversity. You're always going to have something happen during your prep that's going to cause a problem for you, whether it's in your personal life, or whether it's related to your training, or whatever. Doesn't matter. The key is to not get hung up on these issues. When you come across something bad that happens, no matter what it is, you've got to learn to press on. You've got to learn to move on and to not dwell on these issues. This is probably one of the most important things that you can do during a contest prep, to not hold you back and to not distract you. You'd never want to lose focus when you're getting ready for a show. And if you start to worry too much about whatever that issue is, whatever that bad thing that happened was, you're going to lose focus. And that's the last thing that you want. So remember, when you come across tough times, when you have something bad happen, move on. It's the best thing that you can do. We all know about the importance of training when getting ready for a show, and training hard. Training hard and training heavy and training with intensity up until the last week of the show, within reason. We don't want to do anything too crazy those last few days or that last week and a half. But we all know that training hard up until the end is really, really important to maintain that full, dense look that you want. I think to do that, one of the things that you can do is make sure that you're setting goals for yourself in the gym. A lot of guys do this already anyway. But I think, sometimes that can get lost as you get closer to a show. You start to just kind of, maybe go through the motions. You're tired, you're low carb, you're low in body fat, you go in the gym, you're just trying to get through your workouts, and you start to kind of forget about the fact that you need to maintain a certain level of intensity. So by setting goals for yourself, whatever they might be, in terms of whether it's reps, whether it's the amount of weight you're using, whether it's some other way of measuring your intensity, I think that setting some type of a goal is really, really important, can be very useful in getting yourself through those last couple of weeks when the training gets really tough. And it's a good way to make sure that you're going to get the best possible look that you can when you step on stage. So I highly recommend that you give that a try. Set goals for yourself and push yourself as hard as you can to meet those goals. One of the really tough things about being in a prep is becoming socially isolated, and it's very easy to do, especially towards the end, in the last few weeks, which is very common to kind of turn inward, and you start to ignore a lot of other people, and for some people that works, but I think that scheduling very simple social events with friends, family, or loved ones can be something that will help you get through some of the tougher moments. You may not like the idea when you sit here and think about it, like, I'm 2 weeks out or I'm 3 weeks out, and I feel terrible. I don't want to go have coffee with one of my friends, or I don't want to go visit my mother, or I don't want to go to a movie with my wife, whatever it may be. But when you get out there and you actually do it, you'll find that it takes your mind off of some of the stuff that can really get you down during a prep. And so my suggestion would be schedule these social events. Obviously keep them simple. You're not going to be, going out to dinner or anything like that. But like I said, coffee or a movie, anything that you can bring your meals with you to. Keep things very simple, but something that gets you out of your everyday environment just once in a while. This isn't something you're going to do every day for sure. You might not even do it every week, but try and schedule these things in, because it will take your mind off of some of the the bad stuff and the tougher parts. You don't want to do anything that's going to cause you to lose focus, of course, so be careful with this, but I definitely suggest that some type of socializing at just a minimum will help you through the tough times. So that's definitely something to consider. I do it, sometimes I have to force myself to do it. At times my wife will force me to do it, but every time that I actually go ahead and do it, I'm glad that I did it. So give it some thought. So along the lines of making time for social events, there's something else that's a bit similar to that idea that you can do that will help you through a contest prep, and that is to find time in your schedule, sometime, I would say every day if you can, to do something to take your mind off bodybuilding. Whether it's reading, watching TV, looking at something on YouTube, meditating, going for a walk, having a cup of coffee by yourself, whatever, walking your dog. Just find some time in your schedule to take your mind off of bodybuilding. Obviously, you don't want to spend too much time not thinking about bodybuilding and not thinking about your prep, because you want to stay focused. But I think it is good if you just take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes a day to do something that's non-bodybuilding related. It'll help clear your mind, and you won't feel as trapped and bogged down in it. Because after a 16 to 20 week prep, or some guys that are doing like back-to-back shows, if all you're doing is thinking about bodybuilding training constantly, it becomes monotonous and it can be really tough mentally. So just give yourself a little break every day. Doesn't have to be a long break, just something quick. Sit down, read for 20 minutes. Whatever it may be, it's going to be different for everybody, but schedule time for it and stick to it. Again, this kind of goes back to the scheduling idea, but put this into your schedule. It's going to help you for sure. I know it helps me. I do something different every prep. Last prep, I've read a little bit more. This prep, I've been looking at stuff on YouTube, non-bodybuilding related. I've gone through other preps where I did a lot of guided meditations that I found on YouTube. It's always going to be different, but find something, make time for it, and follow through with it. It's just going to help you. I hope that these ideas have been helpful for you guys. I mean, everybody's different, so not every point that I've made is going to work for everybody. But if you can take away one or two ideas that I've given you today, then I would be really happy with that. So, just keep an open mind and good luck in your prep. If you like the video, please hit like, and I would love if you could subscribe. I'm going to keep putting out more content. I'm going to try to be consistent about it, and we've got lots of different more what I think are great ideas in store. So thank you guys. Have a great day, and there'll be more soon.